Hello class, today we're going to be doing a reading lesson together. Before we get started though, I want everybody to put a bubble in their mouth so that way there's no talking. And I want your hands in your lap for now, okay? So bubbles and hands in the lap. Okay, thank you. So to get started, I want everyone that has a part of their name that they like to put their hand up. So if you like your first name, your middle name, or a part of your last name, just raise your hand. You don't have to say anything. Just keep your hand raised and I'll look, okay? Okay. Awesome. Okay, hands down, everybody. All right. Now, if there is a part of your name that you do not like, it can be, again, your first name, your middle name, or your last name. But if you do not like a part of your name, raise your hand. And remember, there's no wrong answer for these two questions right now, okay? So raise your hand if there is a part of your name that you do not like. And it is okay. There's no wrong answers. All right, perfect. Okay, so I want everybody to put their hands down and let's get started, okay? So, the book that we are going to be reading together today is called Chrysanthemum, and it is by Kevin Hinkes. So before we start reading, there are going to be a couple words in this book that you are probably not going to know what they mean. And if you don't, that is perfectly okay. We are going to be going over two of those words today. Okay, so the first one is scarcely. Okay, can everybody see this? Scarcely. One more time, repeat after me. Scarcely. All right, so that is the first word. The second word is appreciate. Okay, one more time. All together. Appreciate. Okay, so if you know what these words mean, then good for you. Good job. If you don't know, that is fine. We are going to see them in this book right now, and we'll figure out exactly what they mean. So let's get started. The day she was born was the happiest day in her parents' lives. She's perfect, said her mother. Absolutely, said her father. And she was. She was absolutely perfect. There you go, little chrysanthemum right there. Her name must be everything she is, said her mother. Her name must be absolutely perfect, said her father. And it was. Chrysanthemum. Her parents named her Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum grew and grew and grew. And when she was old enough to appreciate it, Chrysanthemum loved her name. Appreciate. Appreciate means to be thankful for something or someone. Okay, so that's one of our vocabulary words, appreciate. Right. Okay. She loved the way it sounded when her mother woke her up. She loved the way it sounded when her father called her for dinner. And she loved the way it sounded when she whispered it to herself in a bathroom mirror. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum loved the way her name looked when it was written with ink on an envelope. She loved the way it looked when it was written with icing on her birthday cake. And she loved the way it looked when she wrote it herself with her fat orange crayon. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. So, the people that raised their hands when I asked if they liked their name, do you think that you would do something like Chrysanthemum does? Like she writes her own name down, she loves when it's on her cake. Is this something that you would do too? Okay. Chrysanthemum thought her name was absolutely perfect. And then she started school. On the first day, Chrysanthemum wore her sunniest dress and her brightest smile. She ran all the way to school. Hooray, said Chrysanthemum, school. And let's see. What do you think happens when Chrysanthemum gets to school? I'll give you a couple seconds to think of it, okay? All right. Great job, everyone. Let's continue. But when Mrs. Chud took roll call, everyone giggled upon hearing Chrysanthemum's name. Here we go. It's so long, said Joe. It scarcely fits on your name tag, said Rita, pointing. I'm named after my grandmother, said Victoria. You're named after a flower. Scarcely. That's one of our vocabulary words. Scarcely means to barely make it or almost not enough. Scarcely. Okay? Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. The rest of the day was not much better. During nap time, Victoria raised her hand and informed Mrs. Chud that Chrysanthemum's name was spelled with 13 letters. That's exactly half as many letters as there are in the entire alphabet, Victoria explained. Thank you for sharing that with us, Victoria, said Mrs. Chud. Now put your head down. Do you think Chrysanthemum said anything to Victoria about her bullying her because of her name? All right. Would you say something to Victoria? Okay. Thank you for sharing, guys. Let's continue. If I had a name like yours, I'd change it, Victoria said as the students lined up to go home. I wish I could, thought Chrysanthemum miserably. Welcome home, said her mother. Welcome home, said her father. School is no place for me, said Chrysanthemum. My name is too long. It scarcely fits on my name tag, and I'm named after a flower. Do we remember what scarcely means, everyone? Right, to barely make it, and almost not enough. Great job. Let's keep going. Oh, pish, said her mother. Your name is beautiful and precious and priceless and fascinating and winsome, said her father. It's everything you are, said her mother. Absolutely perfect, said her father. All right, so we're going to stop right there for today. And let's see, what do you think is going to happen tomorrow in the book when we continue reading? Do you think that Chrysanthemum's parents are going to be able to cheer her up? Do you think that they won't be able to cheer her up? And do you think that she will stand up to the bullies or if she will stay quiet? Okay, so what we are going to do right now is I want everybody to go back to their seats and get out your reading journals. What I want you to do is I want you to write down one character trait of Chrysanthemum and one character trait of another character that we saw in the book, okay? It could be the teacher, the parents, or the people that are bullying Chrysanthemum, okay? Remember, a character trait is something that describes or belongs to a character, okay? A character is a person, or in this case, a mouse in the book, okay? Once you are done with that, I will come by and check that everybody is doing well so far. Okay, thank you.